I dig that too. Like I can relate with this story. Like I mean, not saying like it's a story, but I feel you. Like 'cause it was like that with me too. Like you know what I mean. Like
Yeah.
you know like just like because I was an artist, nigga. I was drawing, feel me? But like you said, like my whole family, like niggas used to have the beat tapes and go buy the beat CDs back in the day and rap over the beat CDs. You know what I mean? Rap over the beats and like record shit on tape and record shit on like. Then we got to the CD shit, like you know what I mean, burning shit. So I understand, like feel me, like developing your shit. Like I was one of the low niggas in the bunch too. You know what I mean? But like over time, like you develop your shit. So I just wanted to I wanted to ask you, like, as far as like the music, like your project right now is the villain. Is the villain one of these you know what I mean, like characters, like not characters but personality.
So, so the villain is something I actually created when I was young. So a lot, like like I said, the whole story is crazy. One of my first mixtapes actually was called Young Villain. Um, and it was kind of this concept I had where basically I I have a me internally I think a lot but I don't say a lot, so like that I don't say a lot that I think, so I kind of say what's appropriate and think the opposite. So it was more, which is where the villain came out, where it was like the eviler side of my thoughts, the darker side of my thoughts, the darker side of my head, so people could understand like what I actually think rather than just what I'm saying. So like when I made the villain, it was more like, I mean, the villain, like if you heard the album, of course, like it's a whole story, and like it's like, so like it's a fictional story, but like moments in that story is actually like what I went through in my head. And,
Right.
and that's how like that whole concept came together.
That's a tight rock. Hold up.
Man, right, get that out, get that out, get that out.
I talk to a cough. Everybody knew that. But shit, nah, because the villain is a dope concept. The reason I say that is because like, you know what I mean, like it gives you an outlet. Like I mean, like, and I like as the more I start doing research on you, like you know what I mean, I start resonating with you, like and everything that you're doing, like you know what I mean, like I see what you're doing. Like if you listen to a lot of my old work, like you will like.
Well, yeah, send that shit to me, bro. No cap, I go through that shit.
Shit like so like.
All I do is sit in here all day, bro. Let me show you the room, bro. All I do is sit in here. I got the stool set up, my microphone and all that. I sit in here all day, bro.
All right, so question: what does the M stands for?
Say it one time.
What does the M stand for in King Cullen M?
All right, so the M is actually really important in the M. So M is, my last name is Marshall, but so in my story, my basically when I was young, when I was 2 years old, my mom died and my dad left, and I was adopted by my aunt, my mom's sister, but her last name became Moser when she married my uncle. So growing up, I was always my last name is still Marshall, my mom's last name, but my brothers and sisters, well, my brother's last name is Moser. So growing up, I just didn't want to like people would always get confused. So I didn't. Yeah. So like growing up, people would always get confused by the name changes. Like people didn't understand that we was brothers and that our names slipped. So when I used to write my names on papers in school, I used to write Cullen M with a period at the end because I was both. So I never wanted to decipher between the two because I was part of both families.
Exactly. That's real. Now, like, cause I can ask. So, do you think that played a part in the? Do you think that played a part in the like personality switch? Like, you know what I mean? It's like where you like, cause I'm talking to you real, like to me to you, like we on an interview, but you understand what I'm saying, like, cause you know what I mean, like, cause, and I relate with that situation. I got family right now. I'm about to go to a funeral back home. Feel me, like on Wednesday, and it's like, feel me, like you separate, but you combine at the same time. You know what I mean, like, so you know what I mean, like, do you say that plays a part in that?
Yeah, I feel like for me it was like my separation came more like I was like growing up I I was not this person. So like for me it was a lot of like growing into myself, and with that came like for me I put on a mask a lot of times. Like I always call it like I grew up just wearing a mask. So I was, like I said, I was a football player. So I was on the team. I was a football player. Like I taught like a football player. When I was in class, if I was in a class full of nerds, I was a nerd. If I was in a class full of like hood rats, I was a hood rat. Like I put on a mask for the people that was around me for so long. So like I really, college broke me out of that, but like that is what like formed like this separate identity for myself, where I was like I'm like I could be what all of y'all are and better than what you doing. It like I can do what you doing and better than you, but like who I am is like unique. Like same with my name. Like I always like my first name because I never met anybody else with my name. So like it just made me feel like I was different. Like, and people had to understand that for me.
Right. So, I mean, I relate though. Like, I honestly, like, that's why I feel like when I start listening to your shit, like, bro, like, I really start relating. Because if you listen to like some of my old shit, like, it was one time I had like, you know what I mean, like I was able to like separate the identities. And once I was able to separate the identities, because like, you know what I mean, I released, like, you know what I mean, like, and just as being a person, like, I'm just talking to you, talking about you as a person before the music identities and everything else. Like, you are who you are, and that's when you identify with King Cullen M. That's who navigate the music. If you listen to the music, you feel me, like, you know that it's a lot going on, and like I'm not saying like you like you're not like I'm a fill you out rapper. Like I'm gonna listen to you, like cause the shit you talk about, bro, like is real shit. Like, and it's not like, you know, you're not selling an image. You talking about your, like, you bringing yourself, you bringing your own energy. You know what I mean? And I relate, and I definitely relate to the shit. Like, so, like, now get back to what I was trying to say though. But I dropped a project back then, like Harvey Dent, you know, Two-Face. You know what I mean? I dropped the hard, like I ain't even gonna lie, and like people that's watching it that know me know, like, when, you feel me, I had my shorty at the crib. Feel me? I used to go outside. I used to holler at bitches, and I used to be like, yo, my name Harvey. You know what I mean? So when bitches like, yo, I'm fucking with Harvey, my bitch like, nah, my nigga name Rick. Like, you know what I mean? But like, not only that, I dropped a project with that, feel me? And that was around the time that the Batman movie came out. You know what I mean? Like, it was like a themed album. Feel me? I was feeling that energy from the movie. You know what I mean? So it was like, you know what I mean, that villain. And even that, like, even my name on PlayStation. If y'all want to hit me up on PlayStation, play the game and shit, my name is the blank face villain, because like you said, you put that mask on, you could be whoever. Feel me? But they don't know your intentions. But see, look, this interview turning into more to an interview about me now. So let's switch it back.
Nah, what's crazy is like the villain. I actually got the original idea for the villain. It was a rapper so my favorite rapper is Busta Rhymes. My favorite rapper of all time is Busta Rhymes. And Busta Rhymes, he has his label Conglomerate. And it was a point in time he was dropping a lot of songs, and he had an artist under Conglomerate named Reek the Villain. And I used to listen to Read the Villain all the time. And that's the Villain. I almost changed my whole name to the Villain. I was like, yeah, I fuck with the Villain. The Villain is who I am. But like, then I found out how to separate that shit from myself, because that shit is like a darker side of who I am. I fuck with that shit though.
Yo, but that's your identity, and in music right now is like the best thing to have is an identity. You know what I mean?
For sure.
Because right now.